What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you guys are all having a great hump day and that you've been humping all over the place and oh, that didn't sound right. I mean, getting over the hump. Let's hope that you've been getting over the hump and everything else and getting ready for Thirsty Thursday. It's been a long day, so forgive me for anything I may say that seems a little bit out of whack. But I just got back home a couple hours ago, and I've had some people order some shirts and things, and we got you guys all taken care of. Like Charles Taylor, your shirt is done and leaving out of tomorrow. Gina Thorne, your shirt is done. We got some other people that ordered some shirts and things, and we're going to have those out. And if you are interested in any shirts, go to cowboyjoeboo.com. That is actually our website where I have all my man cave stuff and everything on there, as well as links to all of my social media. So we're getting ready for this weekend, and tomorrow being already Thursday, we're getting close to playoff games because we've got actually the Giants versus the Eagles, and much in the same way most people were picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to just steamroll the Cowboys because the Cowboys are what they thought they were, and that's chokers, as they put it. People are assuming that the New York Giants are just going to get steamrolled by the Philadelphia Eagles. But see, these are division games where, you know, kind of like with the Cowboys in Washington, there's always strange things that happen. And today, like I said, I just got back. I fixed myself something to eat here, and I started looking at some of the YouTube stuff to see what the talking heads have been talking about and stuff. I want to say that most of the Eagle friends that I have, or people I know that are Eagle fans, they're worried about this game. They're worried about Jalen Hurts. And, you know, as much as we hear Shady McCoy talking about, you know, Jalen Hurts is MVP, it's crazy how people will change what they say when it's not the Cowboys. Now, I want you to take a look at something here, okay? Let's hope I have the right screen up here. This is Jalen Hurts' statistics over the last 6 games. Understand Jalen Hurts is going to be rusty. You know, for some reason, it seems like number 1 seeds, teams that have bye weeks, lose a lot of time in the first round. I remember that year when the Giants were just barely made the playoffs. We were a number 1 seed, and the Giants, in I think 2007, they came through where we had like 13 Pro Bowlers. And they steamrolled us on the way to steamrolling the 18-0 New England Patriots. But here's what I want you to look at, okay, is Jalen Hurts, the last 4 games of the season, last 3 games of the season, not to mention the 2 games that he missed, wasn't exactly hitting on all cylinders. You look at the Giants, which is probably the last good game that he really played, 67.7% completion percentage, 217 yards, 2 TDs, 109 quarterback rating. That's a good game. He played good against the Titans. But I keep talking about the Bears, and people, have focused in on Dak Prescott and interceptions and everything else. They don't seem to understand that Jalen Hurts, the last 2 games, had 3 interceptions, 3 rushing touchdowns, and no TDs. Take a look at that number. Against the Bears, and I think the Bears have the number 1 pick in the NFL this year, 59.5% completion percentage. He did have 315 yards, 0 TDs, 2 interceptions, a 64.6. Then he missed 2 games, the Cowboys and then the Saints. He came back for the Giants, 57.1% completion percentage, and 229 yards. 1 interception, a 65 rating, and now you've been off for 2 weeks. You might be a little bit rusty. You might be. So here's where it gets to be really comical. We've been pounded on for the last couple of weeks about Dak Prescott and his interceptions. Dak throws, interceptions and interceptions. And they don't say, well, Dak Prescott throws interceptions, but they are averaging 32 points a game. Even with that stinker against Washington. Since he's come back, they've averaged 32 points a game. Listen to this on the Cowherd Show. This is kind of crazy. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm multitasking. I've got my Asian noodle, my Thai noodle soup that I do. Okay, it's a black man making Thai soup, so I don't know what we call it, but I'm gonna eat on some of that while we listen to this BS.
8 quarterbacks left in the playoffs. So J-Mac and I were saying during the break, let's 1 to 8. Rank the quarterback. So would we both agree Mahomes is the best quarterback?
100%.
That's an easy one. You get all the upside without the interceptions and turnovers. So Mahomes is kind of the standard of the league. You get the pretty, you get the spectacular, you don't get the errors. So that's the easiest pick. Now, I would say Burrow is my second because he's not as he doesn't have the knockout punch of Allen, but Josh has regressed. Josh makes too many mistakes. So I would say number 2 is Burrow.
Agreed.
3, despite the mistakes, Allen literally is the entire Buffalo offense.
Yes.
So that feels like the easy stuff.
Yeah. Now it gets complicated.
Okay. So now I am a huge Trevor Lawrence fan. Number 1 high school player, number 1 college quarterback, number 1 pick. I think he's lived up to it.
He's never lost on a Saturday.
The only thing that derailed him was the Urban Meyer year. This year he's great. He was the best quarterback in the league statistically, Thanksgiving until pre-kickoff last weekend. So I would put Lawrence 4.
4th best quarterback left in the playoffs.
Well, I'm not saying he's Mahomes, Burrow, or Allen. So the only now.
You see him kind of like, what?
I would put
Did he throw 4 interceptions?
Now, Trevor was a better high school, college, and I think he's greater professionally sooner than Hurts was.
Now, we're not talking upside. We're talking right now.
Yeah, I would take Lawrence because of his size, the way he throws the football. I get everything. I get literally, if you want it, even the hair. I mean, like, he looks like the prince, as Nick Wright calls it.
Sunshine.
Then it gets, so by the way, that's all the top 4 quarterbacks are all AFC quarterbacks. I mean, I think we agree. Okay, now, 5, I would go Hurts over Dak.
We don't even know if Hurts is 100%.
Okay, let's just base it on he is.
Well, he might be 90% or 80%.
Okay. Now, a lot of people will say, well, come on, Colin. Remember, Jalen Hurts was a better high school quarterback than Dak, a better college quarterback than Dak, and he's an MVP candidate. Has Dak ever been a serious MVP candidate?
No, but the reason Hurts is an MVP candidate, the running ability, right?
Well,
With
his running
legs.
ability. What's wrong with that?
Does he have that coming into this weekend? We didn't see him run at week 18.
Okay, but let's just, again, our guess is he's 90%-ish.
Okay, one good season for Jalen Hurts.
I'm not saying career. What I'm saying is this weekend, my belief is Jalen Hurts is mostly healthy.
This is some bullshit.
Career, whatever, is Hurts is more gifted, his history tells you, than Dak. And I don't consider Dak a great runner. Hurts is a uniquely gifted runner who's become a very, very solid thrower
In that offense.
So do you have a disagreement with that?
I think Dak is the best quarterback left in the NFC.
So would you go Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Lawrence? Do you agree with that?
I'll go Dak over Lawrence. Just for right now, not going forward. I love Lawrence like you do. I think Dak is the best quarterback left in the NFC. I'd put him at 4, Lawrence 5, Hurts 6. Because we don't know what's up with Hurts. And unbelievably, Brock Purdy hasn't lost a game.
Okay, so now we're just left Purdy or Daniel Jones. Who would you take?
Purdy.
Okay, last player taken in the entire draft. Yeah. And Daniel Jones was the 6th player taken in the draft.
And he's played in the NFL for 4 years.
I think my takeaway is Brock Purdy is a more accurate thrower of the football. If you go to his college career, and his NFL career, he is simply a more accurate distributor.
Did he see the game I saw Sunday?
Accuracy over Daniel Jones and without the turnover stuff that plagued him for years. Now, Daniels has cleaned that up. But Brock Purdy, I don't think San Francisco has scored 35-plus points. How many straight games?
At least 4, right?
By the way, not a great O-line. Now, great
Well,
coach.
Trent Williams is very good. He got a good O-line.
Center right, not great.
A lot of this is Kyle Shanahan, Colin.
I'll remind you, as he talks about, they scored 35. Okay. Seahawks, Cardinals, Raiders. Seahawks, Cardinals, Raiders. And mind you, the Raiders scored 35. They scored 38. But go on.
That's what makes it so troubling.
Okay, so we basically agree Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, we agree with. We agree that Daniel's 8 of 8.
Right, and Purdy is 7.
So our big disagreement is Lawrence, Hurts, and Dak. You like Dak more than I do. I like Lawrence more than you do. And we both, we like Hurts. We don't love him.
You went from no Dak on the Monday night game. He wasn't even a top 10 player in the game. And I mean, now he's possibly the best quarterback left in the NFC. That is a little bit wild.
See, the only real big difference. You would
look at him reaching. Look at him reaching.
NFC. That's your real. You think that?
Listen, Trevor Lawrence threw how many interceptions in the first half against the Chargers? 4, and he's the 4th best quarterback left in the playoffs.
Did your TV go out in the second half? Because in the second half he was really good.
I was coaching a
basketball. So hold on here. Dak has not thrown 4 interceptions in a game. And even when he's thrown interceptions, we were still winning. We are 9-3, including a playoff win against Tom Brady, with Dak throwing interceptions. Not 4, 1 or 2. Trevor Lawrence throws 4. Well, did you see the second half? What?
I don't know if your TV, your reception went out. He was nearly perfect in the second half against that defense. Yeah, I don't know.
Dak or Trevor Lawrence going into this weekend? No.
Well, Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was the league's best quarterback Thanksgiving on. Right. I can take out 1 half against the Chargers. The kid was nearly flawless for 2 months. Dak was horrible against Washington for 3.5 hours.
He was coming off the early season injury. I can't believe I'm defending Dak Prescott here. He was coming off the early season injury. And, oh, by the way, Lawrence was carving up the worst division in football. Well, one of the second worst division in football. Mm-hmm. Like Houston, Colts. Those are jokers. Trevor Lawrence did look good against
Titans.
Let's not forget he was losing to Josh Dobbs at home in a Week 18 get in the playoffs game.
He's a kid.
And he needed his defense to...
Yeah. All right, good people. I'm going to see you guys at the fireside chat. And then I'm going to carry my old ass to bed because we got a lot of work to do to get ready for this weekend. And as always, you know how we roll.
They run out of time in the end, and the offensive coordinator Dorsey. And the offensive coordinator